Princess Beatrice recently welcomed her own baby daughter to the world, and lots of people around the world were very excited, particularly us royal watchers, of which, of course, we wish the very best of health to baby and, of course, young mum Princess Beatrice. But it appears, as ever, not everyone was thrilled with this wonderful, heartwarming news. Particularly people in the media, you would think, would know better than to express their feelings. But here we are once again, bringing you someone who doesn't know when to simply zip it. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Thank you as ever for joining me. I hope you're keeping well this morning. Busy time with the royals, as you can imagine, as ever. Great to see, by the way, the lovely Kate up and about in Cumbria near Windermere yesterday, hand gliding and all sorts of stuff too. I mean, you know, she's a brave girl. She definitely takes on more challenges than I would dare, honestly. But today's story really is slightly dismaying, shall we say, simply because I do get really angry with certain sections of the media that think it's really okay to simply disrespect our British monarchy, particularly when they're paid for by a channel to just deliver the news, not their opinion. As I've brought you news recently over the last few months, we've had BBC newsreaders like Nagamon Chetty laughing at our British flag, other people like Ranveer Singh mocking stories about the royals, yet really they're just auto-cue readers. They're not real journalists in my opinion, because a real journalist doesn't offer his opinion. All he really does is simply tell you the story. Do you remember the good old days when we had professional newsreaders that simply read the news and then you went away to digest it and make up your own mind? How I wish those days would return. But this particular individual really did kind of offend many people. That's even though he's based all the way over in Australia. Now, 9 News is not one of those channels that you would necessarily think of when you think of news breaking. No. But what's interesting to note is that this particular newsreader decided that, well, he was a little bit bored about reading certain elements of the news, including the arrival of Princess Beatrice's baby daughter. And he basically muttered under his breath, not that I'm really interested, or not that I really care about this particular story. Now, of course, that got a lot of fun for the team in the studio, forgetting, of course, that it's the audience that they're supposed to be playing to, and many people watching would have been heartily offended. But it's interesting to note, isn't it, that this particular individual, Alex Cullen, not a name you would have really heard of anywhere outside of Australia, or maybe even inside Australia, decided to mock our British monarchy. On rather, well, I kind of feel like it should be a happy occasion, so why would you simply want to do that? It did seem to me that he was looking for some publicity. After all, times are hard in television right now, and not many people are getting booked. That's right, Alex. But it's interesting to note, though, that this shrinking violet, who basically claimed he wasn't interested in that news, was more than happy to share his news of his new arrival with the Daily Mail online, as you're seeing here. So you see, that's exactly my problem. When it suits them, they want to share their news with the world, and we're all supposed to be very excited about the fact that they're welcoming a new arrival. So why could he not afford the same courtesy to a member of our British monarchy on what really is a very tough time for all sorts of reasons within her life? And more importantly, this is their first child, and they really wanted to celebrate that. Many people did with them around the world, so on behalf of this, well, rather rude individual, Princess Beatrice, we offer our sincerest apologies. Mr. Cullen, I'm waiting for yours. Neil Sean in the heart of London.